I think we should talk about Orphan First Kill because it is out. First of all, let me switch the background here. I have it here somewhere. This helps. My understanding is this helps in the editing. We can get this going. Okay, cool. All right. Orphan First Kill is the follow-up to the film Orphan from 2009, which I had never seen. It is about a young girl who has a very specific disease that stunts your growth. So you're basically a little person, but you have proportional features. So she basically looks like maybe an 11 or 12-year-old child. Okay. So this family brings her into her home thinking it's their long lost daughter, their daughter who went missing. They think it's the daughter, and she's been in this foreign country, so she has an accent. They bring her in the home, come to find out that she's a 30-year-old adult woman scamming them. This is also based on, the original Orphan was based on a true story, because apparently this actually happened, right? But it doesn't go where you think it would go. This does not go where you think it would. And by the way, this opened in theaters, and it's also on Paramount Plus. So it's also on Paramount Plus if you have that. And it doesn't go where you think. First, they set her up as being this murderous killer, but then come to find out that the family that she's been adopted by, she's been brought into, they're completely messed up. The mother, the matriarch of the family, and it's the actress. She was
Julia Stiles.
Julia Stiles, yeah, she was in one of the last few seasons of Dexter. And Julia Stiles is in this. She's very good. So she plays the mother, and she's onto her game. But because her husband is so distraught over the loss of the young daughter, it's like, you're just going to play this game with me. So it turns into this whole like cat and mouse thing between Julia Stiles and the actress who plays the orphan. What's her name?
Isabella Fuhrman.
Isabella Fuhrman. Okay.
Yeah. Esther. All I see is I'm looking at the credits. Esther, yeah.
I cannot look you in the eye and tell you that this is a good movie. It was terrible. But I laughed through most of it because it was just so bad. And all the scenes where you think it's supposed to have tension and, you know, someone's about, is she going to get found out? What's going to happen? They're putting on a show in front of the dad to please him, but they know like they're going to try and kill each other. The Julia Stiles and the daughter, the orphan, right? And I think they're trying to build a franchise out of this, but the first movie came out in 2009. You know, here it's 2022. It's just coming out now. And a lot of the effects are pretty cheesy. There's some fire effects that are clearly digital. They didn't want to burn down an entire house, so they just put like these digital fire effects. So part of it is just kind of cheesy. I mean, just like, it's just sort of laughably bad. And I had a good time with it. I can't recommend this movie. I can't tell you should go see it. I'm just saying, if you want a bad movie that you can fold your laundry while it's on in the background, Orphan First Kill is that movie. And Julia Stiles is very good. I haven't seen her in anything since that last season of Dexter. Was it the last season or two?
The last season. I thought you were talking about Yvonne Strahovski for a moment there, but she was in the last season of Dexter.
Yeah. And I always like her, you know.
She was in the Bourne series.
Yeah, I've always liked her. So it was nice to see her in the film. That kind of elevated it for me. But it's laughably bad. It's just laughably bad. And I mean, which kind of made it
scary about this movie.
What's that?
Is there anything scary about this movie?
Yeah, I think the girl.
That sounds more creepy than scary.
The lead girl is creepy, and she has this pair of fake teeth because her teeth underneath are like sort of gross. So she has these fake teeth that she keeps in there, like bright and cute and whatever. But it was sort of laughably bad, and I kind of had a good time watching it. I don't know if anyone else saw it. Anyone in the chat? So
I think one person saw it.
Yeah.
So she has Princess Leia teeth, you're basically saying.
Basically, for sure. So let's get to some comments here for those who have comments about Orphan First Kill. Zachary Bloom says, I kind of like the first one. I would agree. Wasn't Julia Stiles also in the remake of The Omen, says CD Stein 69? I don't know. Can you check that out?
Yeah.
John Odom, 10 things I hate about Orphan. Julia Stiles, so thank you for that, John Odom.
Yeah, she was in The Omen. She was in The Omen.
MK Solid 82 said Julia Stiles was the token white girl for all the interracial relationships in movies of the 90s. Well, that's an interesting fact.
She was, actually.
Spidey Sensei 72 says, without the makeup and dark hair, that actress looks like a completely different person on her Instagram. I think there's something weird about it that she's 30 years old, but she looks like she's 12. It just seems a little weird. Infinite Main, hey, always good to see you, Infinite Main. Orphan had an interesting twist. Yes, in this, you kind of know the twist at the beginning going in, but what I found interesting about this, which is different, is that you're on her side. You're on the orphan's side, right? In this one, whereas in the original Orphan, she's the villain. In this, she starts as the villain, but becomes a victim. And Flaccid Phoenix says the movie is too white for Alan to see it. Zach says, teeth, here comes Paulie. And Spidey Sensei 72 says, saw the first one, on the fence about paying $19 for the sequel. Well, here's what you could do. Like, see, I have the AMC A list, so I can see 3 movies a week, for the month. I can basically see 12 movies for, I think it's $25. So if there's movies I'm on the fence on, I'm like, I'm just going to go see it because why not? And then I'll go see it. And so, but I happen to have Paramount Plus. I'm not going to say, I can't, okay. I'm not going to say I pay for all the streaming accounts I have.
Yeah, so whose account are you?
I have friends. I have other people in my life. You have to, in order to get most of the streaming services, you have to definitely like thread a needle of like, okay, so I'm sharing this one with my sister. She's giving me this. I got HBO Max from so-and-so. And these accounts now are starting to limit the number of accounts, but not, I've noticed this. I should do a whole thing on this. I've noticed they limit the number of accounts, right, to save your place, right? You create your favorites. I don't want my favorites to be the same as, my daughter has her favorites. We have separate accounts, but they don't limit the number of devices you can be logged into. Now they're starting to limit it. So, for example, Netflix, I noticed based on the tier that I get Netflix basically free through my T-Mobile. It's so weird how like I figured out, look, and I'll apologize in advance for saying this. If there is an offer on the back of a box of Pop-Tarts, I probably got it. If I see some sort of way I can get a deal, I'll definitely do it. And I can't tell you how many like dumb things I've gotten off the back of Pop-Tarts where you'd save the UPC code. I'm sure all this stuff is digital now. You save the UPC code from purchasing a box of Pop-Tarts. And then what you do is you mail it in to get stuff for free. I can't tell you how many times I did that as a kid, and not even just as a kid, also as an adult. So yeah, if I see something like that I like and it's on a cereal box offer, like, oh, they have Nightmare Before Christmas offer on the back of whatever, like I kind of, because here's why I do it. All right. Here's why I do it, because it's going to be rare. Because not a lot of people, like, sure, you can buy stuff, right? Anybody can buy stuff. But to jump through the hoops to get some of the rare collectibles that are through like cereal box top offers or Pop-Tarts or stuff, like I strongly recommend if you ever see an offer like that, just get whatever it is. Because it will, if it's, especially if it's something you like, because I guarantee it's going to be something that's difficult to acquire. I could go down a whole rabbit hole. I'm going to do for the.
I mean, that's how I got my first Boba Fett action figure.
Exactly. In fact, I think that's the only time you got the rocket firing was to get it through the offer.
No, I did. Mine didn't fire a rocket.
Oh, darn.
It was just after that kid died from those things.
That's crazy.
I know.
So
I think that's why it came out late, because they had to glue them in or something.
John Witchboy says original Orphan was interesting. So
yeah, but I feel like the whole franchise is built around then that surprise ending.
Right, but exactly. But what they do that's different in this is that she starts as the villain. You kind of know her, right? But then you feel sympathy for her because she's stuck with this family, and half the family knows it's a scam. They're trying to scam the dad into thinking that this is his long lost daughter, and it's, you know, and so then it's a rivalry between the family members trying to basically murder each other. Okay.
So the third film is she's part of To Catch a Predator.
Basically, in a way, yeah.